like to tell you a story. A story about a poem in search of a tune and a tune in search of a poem. First, the poem in search of a tune. A hymn technically is just the words, the poetry that is sung to a tune called a hymn tune, and in some cases to several tunes. Charles Wesley, one of the founders of the Methodist movement, wrote over 6,000 hymns, that is, the words. We still sing some of them today. In 1739, when he was 32, he published a poem called A Hymn for Christmas Day. The poem began this way: "Hark how all the welkin rings, glory to the King of Kings. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all the nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. Universal nature say, Christ the Lord is born today." The lyrics became popular, but neither Wesley nor his musical colleagues could find just the right tune to accompany it. It wasn't for lack of trying. For example, it was sung to the tune which you'll recognize as our Easter hymn, "Jesus Christ is Risen Today." And a great Methodist evangelist himself, felt that the first lines of Wesley's hymn could use some improvement. I mean, who knew what welkin was, actually? It means all creation. And King of Kings didn't quite fit the baby Jesus of Christmas time, so Whitfield modified the opening lines to this: "Hark, the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King." Better? Yes. But still, the poem lacked a suitable tune to accompany it. Even though several English composers attempted it, some even tried singing Whitfield's new words to Handel's "See, the Conquering Hero Comes." Stood for almost 100 years, a poem in search of a tune. Now, the tune in search of a poem. In 1840, Felix Mendelssohn, the German composer, wrote a cantata to celebrate the 400th anniversary of the invention of the printing press by Gutenberg. It was embarrassingly nationalistic. One line in the more singable movement went like this: "Gutenberg, du deutscher Mann." Gutenberg, you German man. Exciting, yes, if you were a 19th century Prussian. However, the music to this line may sound familiar. Well, the cantata was so unsatisfactory that after it was performed, Mendelssohn never published it. But somehow, in 1855, after Mendelssohn's death, the Gutenberg cantata's hymn tune came into the hands of William H. Cummings, a 24-year-old English organist and singer who, as a teenager, had met Mendelssohn. Cummings had the inspiration to fit the tune to Wesley's hymn as modified by Whitfield. Finally, the poem had found its tune, and the tune its poem. In 1962, Eugene Ormandy, the music director of the Philadelphia Orchestra, commissioned Arthur Harris to arrange and orchestrate a set of Christmas carols for a stereo LP, which the orchestra recorded with the Temple University Choir. It sold millions of copies. We'll hear several of Harris's arrangements in just a bit. But now, our own St. Louis Orchestra and Choir, under the baton of Heather Adelsberger, present the Harris setting of the Wesley, Whitfield, Mendelssohn, Cummings carol, "Hark, the Herald Angels Sing."